People of Britain, when you flush your lavatory, you're sending 6 litres of water and solids on a journey. If you live in the middle of the country, that journey may well end here. The absolutely huge Minworth Sewage Works. Taking care of your solids is manager Paul Louth.
This is where the sewage effluent from the Birmingham area and the Black Country area joins together. We serve a population of 1.9 million customers. Each and every day, that means we treat sewage effluent for around 450 million litres on average.
And that can double in a storm. Minworth aims to take your troublesome turds and turn them into something safe and nice. But they can't start work on the human stuff yet.
The actual sewage coming into this works is 99% water. There's also a lot of other things in there, impurities, chemical and physical impurities. And then we've got things like what we term as rag.
First, they're going to tackle the rag. These are the screens. They're a sort of excrement escalator that lifts out rag and other man-made solids. Here's Philip Powell.
Hello. This is the inlet where we screw in everything and then remove the grit secondary. Screwing inlet expert here is Johnny McGregor. A good friend of mine, I think.
This is number 4 screw. I've got it locked off, so I'm about to open it to see if there's any excess in there that needs clearing.
The screens pull off all sorts of lovely stuff. Let's take a closer look.
There'll be a lot of rag, organic matter, so if you can look in there, see a lot of sweet corn in there. Tampons, French letters. I can't say Johnny's on the telly, can I? Condoms, not very nice. There's all types of things that can come down this sewer. A few years ago we found a horse on the screens. How that got on down in the sewer system, I don't know, but we had to have a crane in and a cradle to lift the poor thing out. So.
The screened out rag now leaves our story. It's compacted and sent to landfill. A lot of what's in the sewage is water, washed down drains, and that means lots of grit, which has to go. Time to slow things down. A rare chance to see what goes on in the grit classifier.
We drop these 6 weekly just to do our inspection.
The sewage in here slows down just enough for the grit to drop to the bottom. The rotating arm moves it aside. And it's extracted. Goodbye grit, a skipful a day. The organics, the stuff you've produced, move on through.
These are the primary settlement tanks, and what we hope happens in here is we separate the sludge content that's come through the sewer. So the sludge will settle to the bottom, just like your sediment in your wine, but the big problem we have here is what will float to the top is the grease, the fats and the oils, because the fat just congeals. I mean, as it's cooling down, it will go hard and that will just block a line, you can see. That's why we're having to jet all the time, just to remove it. I mean, further along the line, we have to take pipelines apart, get jetters in. And while all this is happening, we're not processing sludges.
The floating fat's a pain. It's been poured down the drain in kitchens and restaurants, and now it's congealed here.
These pair of gloves are ruined now.
To stop it gumming up the works, it's scraped off the surface of the settling tank by a rotating arm. It's all gathered in the ominous-sounding scum chamber. Severn Trent's Minworth Sewage Works deals with 500,000 litres of waste a day from the homes of Birmingham and the Black Country. Things are going well. Relieved of rag and gutted of grit, the effluent is in the settlement tanks. But the whole thing is threatened by vast amounts of floating fat. The man to get rid of it is King of the Scum Chambers, Neil Sawyer.
Every couple of days a week, I come round to these scum chambers and remove the fat out of it with my truck, which roughly takes 1,000 gallons. Probably takes an hour and a half, 2 hours. It really depends how much fat is in there.
Neil uses the hose to break up the fat and encourage it up the sucker. Working in the scum tanks can be a full-fat experience.
I was standing by the side of the tanker as it was discharging, only to hear a hiss in my ear, and straight away I knew it wasn't a good sound. Yeah, I was covered head to foot that day, and it had been snowing, so I decided to get on the floor and do a few snow angels to get it off.
Fat angels in the snow. What a lovely thought. Remember the sludge? That's removed from the settling tanks, chopped, drained and digested. Then they extract the methane from it and burn it to power all the machinery on site.
We produce around 69 million kilowatts. That's 14,000 houses a year of electricity.
Very green, or brown. Finally, after a lot of physics and chemistry, some biology. Oxygen is fed into the bottom of the tank. Then it's filled with sludge and special bugs. Philip's giving them a health check.
We're now at the activated sludge plant. This is secondary treatment. It's a natural biological process, and I'm just going to collect the sample now.
The bugs and the oxygen have a remarkable effect on the sludge. It clumps together. They call it flocking. Then it drops to the bottom, leaving clear water on top.
Yeah, as you can see, that's settled quite well, and that will give us an indication of what will happen when it gets to a final tank. You can see all the flocks. Within there now we've got the bugs working away in their own little colonies.
This is the final stop on the pilgrimage of poo. In the last settling tank, the remaining solids drop away, leaving lovely clear water to return to the river.
So remember back to the 450 million litres of sewage effluent we saw coming into the inlet. After our treatment processes, we've actually got to this point now where we've got a clean effluent going out into the river Tame. It's something we're really proud of, and it's something we do each day, every day, 365 days of the year.
South London, it's a battleground. On the one side, the taggers and graffiti artists. On the other, Lewisham's crack anti-graffiti squad, Julie and Vic.
We've come to do some graffiti. We've got a phone call to say that there's a large amount of graffiti down here. Yeah, we've got quite a large tag here.
That's a new tag as well, isn't it?
Yep. And we have our old little favourite from New Cross, junk, junkism. Some here.
They deal with graffiti every day, but the phone call said this was a big one.
This is quite a large one from what we normally get. I mean, normally we're into 3-foot tags, but these are quite large. You can go and take photographs of it, go.
I'm just going to take a photo of this now. Lots of graffiti on this one, but largest seen for a long time.
Vic photographs the graffiti as evidence in case someone's caught spraying the same tag. It doesn't happen very often.
So I'm going to start putting this on while Vic's doing the photographs over there.
To help loosen the graffiti, Julie covers it in gel containing citric acid.
It's like they could take probably 5 minutes to do this lot, and it'll probably take us a good half a day to actually get it off. So we just think they're unreasonable little gits that they do that, and it takes us all the time. If they had to come out and clean it, they wouldn't be so quick in putting it on the wall. We've been doing it about 5-6 years together, me and Vic. I don't know how Vic feels about it. I don't know if he likes removing graffiti or if he just likes being with me.
No, I just like being with Julie.
As you can see, me and Vic are not very tall. Vic's 4 foot nothing and I'm 5 foot nothing. So we have to get the ladder to reach up there.
It's time to send in Vic.
Well, this is the moment of truth now. We're going to hope that it's going to blast off. Right, Vic, go.
Start blasting.
When you're ready, Dudo.
We're like Ghostbusters.
Well, these are our weapons of war. We have the generator there, and then we have at the back our 1,000-litre tank of water. I think you're looking at about 9 grand there, all in all, to have that done.
Having cleared the smaller tags, it's time for Vic to tackle the big one.
So tiny, look, you can't reach it. No, he's doing a good job. And when we do graffiti, we have it up to like 70 degrees. It can go to 150, but we don't use it on that. Take the graffiti off quite nicely. What angers me is that you can come here and clean it off, and then a couple of days later, they might just come back and redo it again. They'll give up before we will. So we'll keep coming back. Every time it's here, we'll just keep coming back and taking it off. We'll win the war. Yes.
How's that?
Better than it was. What do you think?
After a day's gelling and jetting, the graffiti is mostly gone. But Julie's not satisfied.
I am disappointed that we haven't got it out as good as we'd like to, but we can only do so much.
We can only do the best we can, can't we?
That's it.
Graffiti removal is going high-tech. There's now an app so residents can photograph graffiti and send its location to the council. But in the end, it comes down to their crack anti-graffiti team.
You know, you've got yin and yang. Well, it's Vic and Julie. One's rubbish without the other.